So I've tried to record this like 10 million times, and yeah, I'm trying to aim for perfection, and I guess my guides are telling me that that's just not gonna happen. So welcome to my channel, and this channel is going to be about my spiritual journeys. So things that I've experienced from the moment I realized I was psychic, and yeah, up until this point. So I've been on my spiritual journey for, let me see, over 10 years. Yeah, about 11 years now. So yeah, and so I was already had started a YouTube channel right here, but I stopped doing it for a while, so a long while. So I'm back, and I'm Starseed Angel, and this is my channel. And yeah, I was doing a bit of tarot readings, but I realized I wasn't quite ready for doing tarot readings on YouTube quite right now anyway. So that's still part of my journey, learning the tarot and everything. So I'm not quite ready for that right now anyway. So maybe down the track, maybe I might be, but not right now. So yeah, so I guess I've been just trying to decide how to do this video. So I might start with the first time I knew that I was psychic. So it was back when I got 3 children, and my oldest one is 14. So this was back when she was 3 years old. So that long ago. So about 11 years ago, I think it really begun, that's when I realized I was psychic, but I think what really probably triggered my clairs to develop and open is probably just somehow knowing that there's more to life. You just don't die. I just somehow knew and feel like that didn't sit right with me. Is how some people think that once you die, that is it. That did not sit right with me. So my whole life, I just didn't feel that I could just shut off in that way. So I've always wanted to know why I'm here, why we're all here. You know, the big questions to life, like, yeah, why are we here? You know, things like that. So, so back when my daughter was about 3 years old, I was home alone with her, but this is a different experience. I had 2 experiences back then. One was my clairaudience, and one was my clairvoyance. So it really started off with at night time I'd go to bed, and during that, when I was in bed, I would be seeing random people in my mind's eye, and it was so vivid, so clear. Like, it's almost like I had my eyes open and I was seeing random people in my mind's eye. It's really crazy, like, hard to explain, but just imagine, if you don't know anything about the clairs, just imagine if you have your eyes closed but you can see someone as like you would see them with your eyes open. That's how clear it was. So it was so many random people, which I know it's spirit now. So yeah, so it was so many, and I kept seeing them night after night after night. I didn't really think much of it in that moment. I was like, oh, I just thought, who's that? Or like, that's weird. Or I didn't really think anything of it. But I wasn't clued on that was clairvoyance in that moment. Up until what made me clue on that was clairvoyance is when I had my clairaudience experience. So in that same house, I heard a man say my name. I was by myself, just with my daughter. She was only like 3 years old, and I heard someone outside my head say my name, and it sounded like someone was in the room with me. So he said my name, and I'm like, what? Like, what? Like, it was crazy. It was like tripping me out. Like, I'm like, what? Like, I heard someone say my name, and I was by myself with my kid. That is it. With my daughter. No one else was home. It was like, it was like, what the hell? So I heard a man, he sounded like an older man. Yeah, he had a really kind, gentle voice. He didn't sound like, I didn't get any bad feelings. I wasn't scared. I wasn't freaked out or anything like that. Yeah, it was an older man's voice. He said my name. It sounded like he knew me. And I still got to this is one question I have still got to ask my guides. I still think it is. I still think it is my main spirit guide. I know my guides' names. Yeah, I know some of their names. But I think it's my main spirit guide. I still, to this day, still think it's him. So that's when I clued on to that. That was clairaudience. Seeing the faces for Claire was clairvoyance. So that's when I knew I had the psychic gifts. Like, so from that moment onwards, I knew about it. I had a few other experiences in that house, which I didn't know was an experience in the moment at the time, but looking back on it, I realized there was a few other experiences I did experience. I was open. I didn't really know anything about anything when it came to psychic stuff. I knew a little bit about it, but I didn't know a lot, not as much as I know now. Yeah, so I was very open and receptive, but didn't really know about protection and everything else, like the white light and stuff. Yeah, so I was very new to it, obviously. So over the years, I kind of at the beginning, I think I was a little freaked out. Not completely, but I was like, because I grew up in a religion, which I'm not religious at all now. I'm far from it. It's just not for me. Okay, I respect everyone else's beliefs. If that's your path, it's for you. It's definitely not for me. But I did grow up in a religion, and I think this stuff was like not good. Yeah, so yeah, I don't think it's good. Yeah, in the religion I was in, definitely not. But I haven't been in a religion for a long time. Like, not since I was 17, maybe. I started drifting away from it, and then yeah, that's when I drifted away from the religion I was in. Yeah, they would probably say it's like demons and shit. Like, no, definitely not. So yeah, I'm definitely not religious, so I haven't been in that religion for a long time. So, but I still had some beliefs in the back of my mind, I think, and it made me like at the start, it made me like put a wall up in my head. I was like, I think it's after I heard them. I don't know why, but for some reason I freaked out a little bit. Not completely, but I was like, I think I was starting to think of religion stuff in the back of my mind. And because I was like, I didn't know where I stand at the start with my spirituality, with my journey. I didn't really know I was on a journey completely. All I knew is that I was opening up. I had the clairs. I didn't know what to do with it. I definitely didn't know what to do with it. Like, I had no clue. So I wasn't in any Facebook groups to help me, like any spiritual groups, any psychic groups. Not at that point. So, yeah, a couple of years I kind of like blocked it for a little bit. but it's probably still there because I've noticed over the years there was a few more experiences that I didn't know were experiences until I've looked back on it now. So yeah, so fast forward, multiple experiences in between. So today I am much more advanced in knowing about the psychic abilities, and I've had much more. I know about my spirit guides. I don't think I really knew about spirit guides back then. Well, I knew of them, but I didn't know much about them. I didn't really think too much into it. But now I've got a really good relationship with my spirit guides. I've had many experiences with them, with confirmation and signs. Yeah. And so this is where I'm at. So back about 2017, I think. That's when I started to be more active on Facebook, like in the groups. And there was a group for psychic development and just learning about the clairs and learning about psychic abilities and meeting other like-minded people, which I absolutely love doing because, you know, I think people like me that are psychic, have the gifts, they really get what I'm talking about. So if you're not, then if you're coming across my channel and you don't know what I'm talking about, I suggest maybe starting learning about the clairs. So that's where I kind of started with my clairs. So in these groups, I did meet one lady who helped me with these exercises. We were doing these exercises for to help you connect with your clairs, and they were great psychic exercises, and one person would make the exercise and everyone would be doing them, and then they reveal the answer at the end, and you got to see if you connected to the answer. So that was a great exercise, and that was back in 2017, I think. Yeah, so then I fast forward a little bit, or probably later that year maybe, I did meet this other lady who ended up becoming a really close friend and a mentor, and she helped me to develop more on my clairs, helped me to understand my clairs more and more about my spirit guides. And also I did some mediumship. I was learning about mediumship, and I love to connect to people's past loved ones. It's something I really love doing. It's one of my favorite things. Even though I haven't done it in a while, I still get nervous doing it. As we all do, the self-doubt does creep in. That's something I'm always constantly trying to work on, the self-doubt. I think we all do though. Yeah. So over the years, I've brought multiple tarot and oracle decks, as we do. Still learning to read tarot. I love it. I do have my cards here, but I'm not reading tarot right now. But yeah, so I'm still learning tarot, and hopefully sometime in the future I might do tarot on this channel. But mostly I really want to be talking about and sharing my experiences I have with my guides. So I personally love to ask them questions, and then they give me the symbol now. I ask them for a symbol, I get one, and then I ask for the confirmation, and that's when the magic happens, when they give me the sign, and it's amazing. So I do have some videos coming out on that, because I recently had an amazing experience with one of my guides. So yeah, I've got several things I could say about that. So yeah, so I think this video is going to be long enough. I don't know how long I've been recording, so yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.